Hi, I'm Kite Girl coach Annabelle Drum, and today we've been asked by the fabulous Brendan Burchard, hello Brendan, to put together 3 success principles that we use to live our best lives. So here's my principles. Number 1, don't decide on the path. Now, whenever you set a goal or intention and you're keeping focused on the end result as well as the purpose, that is far more important than deciding what the path is to get there. Now, you could be determined on a certain path and you're absolutely sure that's the way you want to go. That's fine, but you could be up for some very hard work. And if you want to work that way, fine. But for me, I prefer the easier, more fun way of achieving a goal. And that is to simply allow whatever opportunities or ideas come up, grab hold of those opportunities, and then watch with delight as I whiz on forward, progressing towards my goal. Now, let me give you an example of that. Some years ago, I was very ill and I ended up with a cholesterol that was well over 7. The medical professionals were giving me lots of tests. The nutritionist was determined to have me on drugs for the rest of my life. And I thought, stuff that, no way. I'm not going to spend the rest of my life on drugs with a limited diet because I love food, or any other kind of restrictions on my life just to make my health better. So I'm looking for another way. I know the end result. I don't know the path. Within 2 weeks, I was down at the hairdressers and I picked up one of those weekly magazines, and they had a review in it for a Japanese cookbook, which pointed out that heart disease in Japan was the lowest in the world, one of the lowest countries. I thought, yeah, that's how I'm going to do it. So I went home and went to my family, said, congratulations, we are now going to be eating Japanese food 4 times a week, and I'm going to have lots of green tea. And within 3 months, my cholesterol was way down below average. So in essence, the work that you have to do is actually to let go and trust that you will get your goal even though you have no idea how it will come about. Number 2 principle is forget about competing. Now, I see life as a highway. Sometimes there are people in front of you, sometimes they're behind you, sometimes they're going faster than you and overtake, and other times you're going faster and you overtake people. But everybody needs to get off the road, have some lunch and a toilet break, and then continue along the road. There is no finish line. So when I look at people that are ahead of me, like Brendan, who are doing some awesome driving, then that inspires me to drive a little faster and improve my driving skills. However, if I decided to look at the people around me as competitors that needed to be beaten, then I might get rather aggressive in my driving. I might start to push them around a bit to get ahead, and when I get closer to the people that I think I need to beat, I'm going to be keeping a very close eye on them to see what little tricks they're up to. Now, whenever I do this, I'm taking my eyes off the road, and what happens when I do that? I miss the journey, and I could bump into something. So just keep in mind, there's plenty of room on the road for everyone. And if you think this road is a little crowded, go back to success principle number 1 and look for another path. And then you can find another way to enjoy your journey. Alrighty, number 3, assume the best in people. Now, I deal with people from all walks of life, and no matter who they are, each person has the potential to be better than what you originally see. Now, what happens when you expect the best of someone is that they pick up on those thoughts, even if you never mentioned it. Excuse me. And that will rise. They can often rise to meet your expectations. Now, here's another great story. There's a guy that wanders around our neighborhood here all day, every day, and he speaks rubbish. He is completely incomprehensible. He's the kind of person that when you see him walking towards you, you'll look anywhere except him in the hope that he won't talk to you. Well, one day I was walking to the weekend markets and had to stop at the lights. And he walked up to me, chattering away, and signalled that he wanted to hold my hand to cross the road. I thought, no problem at all. But what was interesting is that as we started to cross the road and continue heading on towards the markets, I treated him as if he was just as intelligent as anybody else. And within a few minutes, the whole thing turned around to a very intelligent conversation. He was asking deep questions. He was understanding my answers and building on the ideas to get the next question. It was extraordinary. So it really made me wonder, how much does this man unconsciously bend his behavior to fit what other people expect of him. So you can be on the giving or receiving side of that. I like to be on the giving side. If you can bend other people's behavior, look for the best in people and treat them as though they already have it in them as to what you're trying to see. If you don't see a change in the first or second time, just continue on, expecting to see that that person can improve, and soon enough, something will change. So that's my 3 success principles. If you like to share it, go ahead on Facebook, Twitter, or Google+. And also comment down here below. Tell me, what is your favourite success principle?